All right, guys, I think we're live. I'm not sure yet. I had a little it's been a long time since I went live. I'd say 2 years anyways. I see some comments in here. We got Ned, we got Miss Dirt Boss, obviously. Henry G. Let me know if you guys could hear me and let me know if I'm live yet. But I gotta try to figure all this out. It may be a delay. There we go. Let me turn me down here. All right, I see myself on the camera, so that means I'm live. I got, I'm on, you're on two different networks. You're on StreamYard on this live, and then I'm on YouTube on my phone. So it is what it is, 2 years. So what's going on? We got Henry G, like I said, and Ned. How you guys been? So I guess you guys all know I got hurt at work. I think, obviously it was at work, but there's no collecting workers' comp when you're self-employed. That's for sure. It's all out of pocket on that end. We'll wait for a few more to get in here. What's up, Don? Gary? We've been having nice weather, which is really killing me. Elite, what's up, my buddy? Digging Dirty, what's up? Ben C. Good to see everybody in here. Yeah, I just decided to go live just instead of do it on the next time I do a video, who knows when, and then have to fill in, it's just like nonsense. So I might as well just go live, and I'm sitting here doing nothing anyways and bored, and just it's crazy. It's been, I think today's day 15. Yesterday was a good day, and actually today was a good day for me body wise. I did get out today, and I went and got my D51 off site, which I pulled the roller off yesterday, which was tough. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get this one, because the medication was still on me, and I didn't take medication for 2 days because I knew I had to pull this stuff off site. And that stuff gets you kind of loopy, and my legs are really weak. The clutch I was pushing down with the clutch with my knee, or with my hands on my knee to get the clutch coming off the red light. And I'm like, man, I can't believe how weak this leg is. It's just crazy how much muscle mass you lose and all that when it's nerves. It's nuts. NJ, what's up, my buddy? New Jersey in the house. Digging Life 21. What's up, pal? Thanks for reaching out. I got to say, everybody that reached out, all the YouTubers and stuff, that was great. And Elite put me on the channel, gave me a shout out. That was awesome. But I had a lot of YouTubers, and just the comments coming in, and everything, giving me everybody's story and what they're going through. Because I mean, everybody's in the same industry just about that watches us. So, and not only just this industry, but everybody's got back problems. I don't care if you're sitting at a computer all day. If you have, that's all it takes. So, what's up, Lloyd, Derek, Little Digger, Mr. Trailblazer. So, everybody can relate to back pain. And everybody has different scales of pain. But when it comes to the sciatica, the SI, which is below the L5, so my vertebrae, as it gets down lower, gets more crushed, for over the years. And I have stenosis. And so basically, I have your normal wear and tear, but the SI and the L5 are really irritated. Now, the SI is your sciatica, the last one. It's the little small guy right before your tailbone. That is where I think probably the pinched nerve is, because everything is down from it went from my groin to hip, down the back of my leg, kneecap, and into my shins, and then out my ankle. And it's still in my ankle and my shins. That's been feeling like broken glass and hot fire all week. Can't lose that pain. 3 in the morning, I'm outside just trying to live. It's crazy. So what's up, Brody? MT Tamari Ridge. So Foam Zone, what's going on? So it's like the worst pain I ever experienced. I've always had back stiffness. You turn, you this, you that, you bend over, you get a little electric shock, but then you learn your moves and whatnot. But this stuff is just like out of nowhere, and it was just insane. What's up, Greg? In the Carolinas still, huh? That was some fish you caught there, pal. Living the life. Dale Primo, what's up, my buddy? Blake, what's going on? So yeah, so so it's just you always learn your moves and whatnot. But then this sciatica, every morning is a different pain. I didn't know where it was going to go. So if I was at the counter, I couldn't predict what was going to happen to my leg. It was insane. It was like if one wrong move where I could do yesterday, I couldn't do the next following day. And it's just, it was just a lot. And it still is. So manual labor, I probably can't do for a while. Like I said, I've been driving. I picked up the dozer, I picked up the roller. I still got the 88 out on that driveway because I got to do some perk tests, which is another going to be a project because the town's making me hand dig them. I got to do 3 holes, one with the excavator, 2x2, and then I got to have a 12-inch by 30-inch hand dug with a shovel, and it has to be perfect edge. I told the guy, I said, I've done thousands of perk tests. I've never had to do that. I don't understand. He's like, oh, you never done them here? I go, yeah, I have. I said, and most engineers don't even have to use water or anything. They look at the soil and they know if it's going to pass or not. But he just was like, no, it ain't going to happen. But so I'm going to have to get somebody to hand dig that for me for sure. Because I got to protect myself too. You know what I mean? I can't. This is something that I don't want to come back. So I'm doing PT, twice a week. And, you know, I was on 2 rounds of steroids. They're done. And I got a whole bottle of regular steroids inflammatories that I'm supposed to be taking. And I take those twice a day. And then just Advil when I need it and stuff. Advil always works with my body. Tylenol's, you know, I never got along with Tylenol. Mike Welch, what's going on? I haven't read the comments. Any of you guys could be all BNS with each other too. I'm just filling you guys in what's going on real quick. And like this was a random live, you know what I mean? I'm just like sitting here and I'm like, you know what? I told my wife today, I said, I got to go live and let these guys know what's going on because a lot of people reached out. I had emails, I had texts, I had calls, you know, a lot of comments. And it was really great. The YouTube community is really cool when it comes on that because, you know, honestly, it's like people were praying for me around the world. And I was just tickled to death that, you know, without YouTube, nobody would even know who I am besides my small town. You know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy how that really worked out. Missouri Outlaw, what's going on? That's right. What's up, Woodworker? Yossi. So the weather's been good and it's been crazy. The first 3 days that I was down, it was raining. I was like, yes, let it rain. I hope we get 2 weeks of rain. And, you know, then I don't care because, you know, you're not working anyways. But then it got super nice. We had like Indian summer and I'm like, oh my God, and I couldn't even go outside. I was just stuck on the recliner and just trying to position myself in a comfortable way to get, you know, sometimes it's on your stomach or this or whatnot. But the time I got rushed to the ER after work, it was the third night. The first 2 times I was trying to deal with it, didn't think it was a big deal, but I knew it was pain in the leg. I come home from work from being bounced around in those machines all day, and then the ride home, you know what I mean, sitting down, I wasn't getting any relief, and I could walk like a mile. I was walking back and forth that driveway as much as I could all day. Felt good walking. It get in the machine for 10 minutes and it started really driving me nuts. I'd get out again. So on the ride home, I'm in the van and there's no room in there really. You know what I mean? So you got to sit straight up. Your feet are out in front of you. But in order to get relief, I had to put my butt on the end of the seat and reach out, and I couldn't do that. So I had the door open going down the highway, and I told my wife, I said, I got the damn door open because I can't, it's the only relief I could get, and I still couldn't get relief. So when I got home, I was like getting into a panic attack mode, and it just went for like 4 hours straight of that electrocution, not just the regular pain, but the shocks. So that's when we went there, and they were hitting me with everything. I couldn't calm it down. They even gave me morphine. I mean, I don't take nothing besides Advil and water, you know. And it still didn't cut the pain. It just basically put me out, you know what I mean? Made me out. And then we ended up getting home at midnight, stopped at Wendy's on the way back and got the biggest chicken sandwich I could and passed out in my chair. And then here I am now, you know. But it's been crazy, and I feel lost because it's like I told Steph today, I don't even know what day it is. When you're not working and you don't have a schedule and you're just like doing the same thing, it's like my fingernails, my skin, there ain't no dirt on them. There's nothing. I'm like, oh, this isn't normal. I can't take this. You know what I mean? I'm usually grease and everything else. So, what's up, Max? What's going on, buddy? Yeah, I hear you, Blake. Yeah, she was Henry. She was nuts. She had to get out to Boston this weekend with the kids. She had another thing to do over the weekend. I couldn't make it, and I was supposed to go, but I couldn't make it. There's no way I could sit in the car that long. And then, so she bailed out. So she got her little rest because she's taking care of me, my two kids, and herself. And she did good though. At least now I could get up and get my stuff and out of the fridge. Yeah, thanks, Ty. Yeah, I am feeling better. Today's my best day. I'm walking with a cane. I got a cane. I was first day I was in a wheelchair. This is no lie. I was in a wheelchair. Then right after that, next day I got crutches used from 1950s. My aunt had her mother. They were old 1950s crutches. They were sticking to my armpits because the glue was coming out of them. I put my arms up and they're hanging, and that was bad. So then I ended up was on that for like 2 3 days, and then I ended up getting a cane. And I still got that because I come out of the coffee shop down at the gas station a couple of days ago, and I said I'm not bringing my cane in here. You know what I mean? I just can't do it. So I hobbled in, and then halfway back out, I feel the burning coming because I can't really be on full blown weight more than 5 minutes. So I'm like, here it comes. So I just standing in the middle of the parking lot, and then cars are going by me and through the gas pumps and stuff, and they're just wondering what the hell's this guy doing. I got my head down. I'm like, I'm like, I was ready to just yell, "Can someone help me to get to the truck?" Because it's like 10,000 Charlie horses from my ankle to my hip, and every muscle is burning. It's like a hot fire. I've never felt it before, so it's so bad. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with the 50s. That's right. Hey, I got the 50 something here. Oh yeah, look. Max 50 here. I had a 1950 Chevy Pro Street hot rod pickup truck. And this was my son's name, and then it was a 50 truck, so we got those plates made. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the 50s. That's when stuff was good, Dale. That's for sure. It's when they made things to last. The metal on that truck was like this thick. You could stand on the fenders and change a light bulb and not worry about it. Yeah, and Jay, I know. So it's like I got a teeter. So for the last 8 years, I've been, hey, thanks, Andrew. I appreciate that. For the last 10 years, I've been working with the teeter. Anytime I come home from work, I feel a little stiffness. This, that. I jump right on that. It straightens me out. It's been really good. And so I got in that thing and I went on with one leg and I was torquing myself so bad. And I thought I broke my left ankle because I was hanging, I was pulling, I was doing everything to try to get this nerve off the second day. So I was like, I got to get this pain to stop. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't go to the bathroom, anything. So I'm like, that was like insane. But the teeter, if anybody's got back issues, or it's just like it straightens you out. You know what I mean? You're out, let's face it, we're on our feet our whole life with gravity going down. Flip yourself upside down, get the joints going the other way. It definitely straightens you out. What's up, Lone Star? Yeah, we just been discussing today's a better day for me. I'm not out of the road by no means. I'm not going to go start shoveling rocks like I normally do. Uh, and the thing is, I got so much work. I've already lost. I had to give up a bunch that I couldn't do. I just said I can't do it. But my normal guys that I work for, the GCs, I got 3 houses to put in, and they're just like, they're giving me time, but I just said, hey, if I can't get to it, you got to do what you got to do. But it just kills me to give up that work. So we'll see what goes. We're going day by day. If this nerve decides to come out, so the nerve roots into you when you got a sciatic nerve. All the doctors, the bone and joints, and all that say it has to take its course. And so what that means is when you get this, it takes a course like a time. 6 to 8, it could go 4 to 6 weeks, say, without medication or treatment. That's what it's going to take you if you just laid in bed for 4 to 6 weeks. So it goes in you like a root, and it has to go in and it has to come back out the same path. So mine, a lot of, from what I've been reading, sciatic will get just to your knee and that's it. But when you got severe cases, it goes down to your, past your knee into your shin and all that. And mine's to my ankle bone. So I'm the farthest it could go. So it has to, now I'm just dreading because it has to come back out. And I just hope it comes back out in a day. It's going to be doing pain coming back. And then it says it goes back to your back to the original spot. Now, this is what's got me so screwy Louie the whole time is I have zero back pain, where it has happened like that, they said, but it's odd because usually you have the soreness in the back and then it shoots down from there. But I've had zero pain. I feel like I'm He-Man for my back. Now, when my back is out and sore, you can't even lift a coffee cup and drink it. You're like, you know what I mean? When you're in that mode. But this mode, this whole time, I feel like I can lift this house, and it's crazy. And it's just in my leg. That's why I was really complaining that I had a broken hip, and that's what I thought it was, you know. And I did fall from the loader doing the solar job. I fell the second day having it. I was going out backwards like this out the door, and my lugs on my boot caught the step because it's all like sharp. So I went to go step for the second, went down and I caught on it, and it shot me off, and I went down into the ground, jammed my knee. So I thought maybe it was something like that, but they said, no way, you would have been in pain right from that point on, not 2 weeks later. So, but I still was no pain in the back. So I'm saying it's my hip. It's my hip. I made them do, at the ER that night, I made them x-ray my hip because I thought it was out of socket or something. I didn't know it was that much pain. I never felt like constant like that. It's crazy. I'm gonna try to get somebody to these comments. 193 people in here. That's good. Hey, thanks for the super chat, guys. Yeah, so Gibson, yeah, I heard all about all that stuff. I went to a chiropractor 2 times, and that was instant relief on the electric shock. So my electric shock, it could only go like this, and it would go right out my hip and down out my ankles. Now I could get over to where I know that shock's coming, because like if you're on the couch or something, you would go to grab the remote, you're done. Bang, you're shocked. And so that I finally got into him, but that was probably like a week before I could get into him. So then I got into him last week, and I had 2 visits. Both times were good. And like I said, I've been cracking my back. So in the morning, I could hardly walk. It's insane. Once I go to bed, and I've only been in the recliner for 15 days because I can't sleep in the bed. I get in at 10 minutes and the hip starts burning really bad. And I do the 2 pillows between the legs and the whole thing. That's how I sleep anyways. So in the morning, I got to plop myself in the hot tub. I just lay in there and I soak my bones, and then it gets things flowing. And then I got a cold plunge right next to the hot tub. I got the hose running into that for 20 minutes. So it gets about 49 degrees. I get into that thing, and I built myself up I did 10 minutes the other day, two sessions of 10 minutes, but you should be doing like 3 to 6 minutes is what ideal is what I've been reading. But that is like crazy, those cold plunges. I've been taking cold showers for 4 months now, like ice cold as you can. And I lost 20 pounds from it. So just because it cuts you back, all this crazy stuff. So anybody that's done that knows, but if you're interested in any type of that, you just Google what cold water does for the body, and it's amazing just for the mind and everything. So I've been doing that before this injury, and that's why I've had no inflammation in my back. My back felt great, and that's probably why I lifted the fabric and all that too, you know. But if that's what did it, I don't know if that's what did it, because it didn't happen right after that. But it is what it is. What they say is when you get the sciatic, that pain, it isn't from compression, it's from slipping and jamming like hard. So they say a 3-inch step, and I did do one of those. I fell in one of the cuts that I made going over to talk to the truck driver. I fell that a 3-inch, you go off a curb and not know it's there, and jam your hips, because in between your pelvis and your hips, there's 2 bones that are about that far apart with a little cushion in there. When they hit, bang, like that, that's what causes it. So if you slip on the ice, anything that's sudden and short is what causes that sciatic to kick off. So that could have, hey, Digging Life, thanks for coming in, pal. And thanks for texting me the other day. I appreciate it. We got to catch up and maybe do a live sometime, you know? So I've been catching up on everybody's YouTubes, even though I haven't even been commenting a lot, but I've been, well, just watching because that's all I've been watching. I'm sitting on my back watching everybody's stuff, everybody I'm subscribed to. So that's been good. No, icy hot works. I'll tell you what, I got that hot chili pepper cream. This other guy that had a back injury that I did work for, he had a couple surgeries and he knew I had a bad back. I was doing a septic system. And he's like, here, take some of this. Next time your back goes out, you just make sure you wash your hands and make sure don't touch no privates, no eyes, all this. I go, yeah. Well, I put that stuff on me and that is hot. I'll tell you, burning. You can't go in like hot shower or a hot tub the next day. It just soaks into hot water. It's like it intensifies. Even a heating pad just it burns you up. It starts with a C. I forget the name of it, but that's crazy hot. It's like 50 times hotter than that icy hot and all that stuff. Yeah, little digger. I didn't know, losing the weight because I'm losing muscle too. On my legs. You know what I mean? I didn't know if that. I asked the doctor that at the bone and joint. I said, "Hey, listen, I lost 20 pounds. Do you think that caused anything? Your ass muscles that's closer to the nerve now. Do you think that?" He's like, "Nah, I don't think so at all." So he said no, but who knows? You know what I mean? Because say you got your balance and you're weakening your core. I mean, your core is everything when it comes to back and all that. So if your core gets weakened and you can't hold the weight and it starts moving, then that could be, that was on my thought. So he said no, though. So just to answer the question. Yeah, I saw Andrews. I clicked on his video today. I texted him a few times when he was in Louisville to make sure he got there. I said, "Hey, how you doing? And, make sure you have fun and shit." And he said, we touched base there, but I haven't talked to him since he's been back. I haven't really watched any full videos of that either. I wanted to go to. I'm always last minute, Joe, on that kind of stuff. I tell my wife that my injury happened like a day and a half before I could even went. So if I had that book, that would have been really in trouble. I wouldn't have been able to go. But I'm always like the last minute. I'm always like, I gotta, if because of work, I never know what's gonna happen. I gotta find get where I am here on these comments. Yeah, stretching definitely does help, Max. These PT stretches they give you, you know what I mean, for the core and stuff, I could feel them just, it's something that I'm going to have to do and want to do too. You know what I mean? I did a lot of stretching, but not enough, I guess. And I haven't. I've been neglecting it. There's no doubt. Lifting weights and all that stuff. I've been out of the gym forever because of my back. Because I'm like when I get in the gym, I want to lift weight. I want to be the bull in the gym. You know what I mean? And it's like so you're pressing stuff over your head, and that's what would always compress my spine because I could press a lot of weight. So when you're putting that weight on there, well, all I'm doing is hurting myself, and I'm like, you know what, this isn't worth it anymore. So I actually gave that up. That and the tennis elbow from me doing curls and all that, I would be burning there. But I think I'd be fine with after I got those PRP shots. I think I've been good ever since that. Knock on wood that those things worked. Whoever needs tennis elbow and stuff, look into PRPs. It's the plasma, your own blood. Yeah, I seen those electric excavators. I mean, hey, if you got a job inside a mall and they got them for rent and fully charged and they're going to service them, yeah, rent one. But you won't see me buying any of that stuff ever. What's up, Joey from Chicago? Yeah, I'm feeling better. Today's my best day. I mean, like I'm not shoveling or nothing, and just driving to get coffee, driving to get a dozer. That's it. Tomorrow we'll see what happens. Push myself a little bit more. I mean, I can still do push-ups and stuff like that. I do all that stuff. That stuff I could do, and I could always do that. The leg's really weak. The left leg pushing the clutch in was really tough today. That Kenworth clutch is hard to push, anyways, man. That drives me nuts. It's that hard. I drove 3 Kenworths that he had and they were all like that. So. Yeah, you're right. Everybody, like I was saying that earlier, everybody's going through back pain. I don't care what industry you are. I mean, some people do get lucky. I got a buddy, he's in the same industry as me, pours concrete, and he's had no issues with his back. And some guys are like that. They get real lucky like that. But most, even if you're just sitting there at the computer, it could go just repetition of the same thing over and over. Yeah, I don't know about the Allison. I mean, granted, they are. If I ever had people trucking for me, I would definitely want automatic. There's no doubt. You know what I mean? But I had automatic. I did have Allison automatics. What am I saying? I had a single axle with an an automatic Allison. It was a international I had, and it was great. You put it and go, just like you drive your pickup truck. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I hear that, Derek. Nothing worse than, I don't know. There is worse. Like I tell people, um, thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. I tell people all the time that they're like, well, what does it feel like? I'm like, well, nerve pain's crazy. You never know when it's gonna come on. And the easiest I could explain is maybe tooth pain. When you got a toothache and it spikes like that, and then the doctor's like, nope, that ain't even close. And that's when my wife's eyes got kind of big. She was like, oh, maybe he is really hurting, because he's like, no, it's 100 times worse than tooth pain, because the nerve going down there has got so many different branches that it goes to. It's almost like a big oak tree. Say it goes to every sensory, and I'm telling you, when it fires, it lightning bolts out of every one of those sensories, and then goes right out. And then when it bangs out my ankle bone, my ankle will like be ringing on fire, and after it went through the leg, it would be ringing like it was like I got hit with a 10-pound sledge right in the ankle bone. And I'm like, and then you just sit there and I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. Literally real tears. I was texting my wife. I said, I got real tears coming down my cheeks right now. It's crazy. Last night at 3 in the morning, I told my uncle today, he stopped by to see me. He's 87, and he's been through all the back pain his whole life. He was a mason. And I said to him, I says, at 3 in the morning, I was contemplating shooting my leg off at the knee and just getting a freaking peg. I said, just to stop this pain. I said, that's how bad it was. He's like, Jesus, nuts. What's up, CNC? What's going on, pal? Hopefully that dozer's fixed that you got going. I watched that video. I was telling everybody I was catching up on everybody's videos because I've been down. It's hard when you're going 7 days a week and coming home at dark and just eating dinner, and then you pass out on the chair to watch any YouTube. And I've been going hard before this injury, and that's probably what led up to this injury. I've been going hard. Like my wife said, she goes, I haven't seen you in forever. And then we spent 15 days together, but it's like 7 days a week. Cause like on Sundays I would move the equipment, you know what I mean? From if I could. And so it's just nuts. That solar job took a lot, just, just traveling back and forth every day and being there, 10 hours of the day. Yeah, Blake, for sure. It's hard to explain. It's hot knife and it's sizzling. Like my from my knee to my ankle, I shaved my legs with a blade with a razor because and put a stocking on because the hair moving up and down my legs would hurt so bad. It felt like my leg was in an oven for 3 days cooking like a turkey, and it was just like bacon, and everything was just it's just and only where the nerves go down. So it was a path about that wide. the backside of the calf rubbed perfectly fine, not even hurt. Just the top of that shin bone and the two sides of it. And I'm like, I never felt. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like it feels like I got 1,000 shin splints and hot bacon, crispy skin. It's insane. And I'm thinking like I got nerve burnt or something like that inside. I don't know. One day I was stuttering. Like the third day in, I'm talking to my wife and I'm like stuttering, and I'm like I'm stuttering, and but then I googled that, and that's part of it too, because it's neurological. So you don't know. So I'm like, man, this gets any worse. I don't know what the hell's going on. What's up, JC? What's going on, pal? I've been watching your stuff too. I'm been hitting everybody up, just watching the YouTubes, man. Watching that, TikToks, friggin' Instagram. I'm like, you got all the. I'm so sick of looking at it all so much. It's like it's the same three, and I'm like, oh god, I can't. My eyes are burning. But then you set the phone down for 3 seconds, and then you grab it again. My buddy does acupuncture. I don't know. I don't even know really what it's about. I'm just hoping. So I'm scheduled for injections on my back, which is, they do the epidural, which is cortisone. They got me scheduled for that. So in case this didn't clear up, then I'd be ready to go for that. And I was supposed to do that years ago and all that. Then I got the teeter because I don't like that stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want to put stuff in me if I don't need to, and try to fight it myself. And so it is what it is. If I need, I got to get back to work. So at this point, it all comes down to workflow. So if I have that much work, I gotta do it. What am I gonna do? And like I said, winter's coming. I could take the rest of the time off, but that's not fair to the contracts I got and all that stuff. So I gotta do that. You know what I mean? And I could give out work too, and I have been. I've been subbing stuff out, or just even giving it to other people. I just I have, it is what it is. What's up, Southern Dirt, my buddy? I know, Henry. It's like every morning I'm like, I hope I wake up tomorrow and there's no pain in my leg in that calf area, that whole shin and all that, because it's like it's on fire. So I do this electric shock that tends the 10 to 7,000 tens or whatever, it puts the pulses, and I have to put that on my legs just to calm them down. And it's crazy how it is. I don't know. It's nuts. But shaving my legs did help, I'll tell you. I didn't even care. I'd do anything. Yeah, Don, it does work. I didn't really know how to use it. So then all of a sudden, my whole feed on my YouTube now is spinal this, spinal that, stenosis this, stretch this, that. You deal with sciatica, all this stuff. So I'm watching every dang video. So then the stenosis, or the that 10-7,000. So I was doing it wrong. So I ended up putting it on my back, and there's four you got to put on. You got to put one up here, 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 here. So it does like a circle motion. And I'll tell you, it was like someone rubbing me, and I was just laying there last night with it, and I'm like, oh my god, this feels great, And when you get that to work, it works awesome. I was putting it on the parts that were hurting, like even when I was icing, I was doing that all for the first 4 days, 5 days, maybe even 6. I was doing it wrong. I'm putting ice bags on my legs and all this, but really, I got to put it on my back where the source is from. But in my head, there's no pain in my back, so I'm like, I'm not putting it on my back. So then I finally started the last 6 days trying to ice my back, all the time. And I think that's obviously working. And, the way the doctor said it was like, if you run a hose over with your car, you don't go to the sprinkler and try to work on the sprinkler. You know what I mean? You got to go where the kink is and fix it. So makes sense to me. So that's what I've been doing. Matt, yeah, I will replace that Kobelco excavator. I may keep it. Next year, this workflow looks to be pretty good with this builder I'm working with. So I would probably keep that because I kind of, I could always have two excavators, especially if you're an hour apart from each other each site, and if you're doing 10 houses or what better, it's hard to move. It seems like you're mobilizing more than you're working a lot when you're digging like that, because you may have to dig one here and then go dig one an hour later, but then you need that excavator back there to backfill or to do something. And so if I got another 160 or maybe even a 210, I don't know. I'm looking at upgrading my trailer next. I would like to get a 30-ton trailer. Joey, what's going on, buddy? Back in the office, not back on site. Actually, I was back on site today. Um, what's up, Benjamin? So I've been looking for 30-ton trailers. You can't find trailers anywhere, and I would even buy new at this point. But I'm debating whether to go tilt, like a 30-ton tilt, triaxle trailer, lift axle on it, and then I could haul a 50,000-pound excavator, which would put me in the 200 range. Would be nice, and then I'd get a 210 again. I had a 200 for a lot of years, and but I didn't have a low boy, so I couldn't move it. So that's why I went to the 160, and it's great. So I guess if I was going to buy another excavator, maybe I'd be entertaining a Kobelco 210 or Komatsu. You know what I mean? I don't know where Kobelco's going with what I'm doing with them. You know what I mean? I like to have. I got a lot of Komatsu, and my Hydrima's from the same dealer. So it's like, if I kind of keep the fleet all neat, that would be cool to do. You know what I mean? When you buy used, it's hard to do. If you're a billionaire and you can just buy all new stuff, yeah, you're going to go to all the same manufacturer. But I'm not in that boat. Yeah, you were late for that trailer, Joe. That would have been a good one. Yeah, I do like the cams, but this is my problem with the cams. So I need a trailer that has the C channel facing out. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like, so on the trailer on the sides, you got a C. So the trailers all come the same way built, but they either put the C channel in or the C channel out. And I wish they would all put them out. I don't know why they wouldn't. But anyways, here's your C channel on. This is your side rail on your trailer. So here's all your D hooks. Okay, this is facing in. Then you got your cross members because they set them on here and they weld going across. Well, my trailer right now is like this. It's the same C channel, but it's just flipped this way. So then you could hook the binder anywhere down this whole side, which is ideal. Once you have that, you don't ever want to give that up, because I don't have to go, where do I got to space my load? I got to get to a D hook. I got to have extra chains now, because all my stuff I hook, like my dozer, my Kobelco, I hook right from track to side rail. And that's super fast and it's secure. The weakest link is the binder. You're not breaking, you don't have to worry about the chain breaking or anything like that. And you don't have to carry half as much, So I don't know why trailer manufacturers wouldn't do that, all of them, but most of them don't. But there are trailers that do, like Trail King has it out. Mine has it out, which that trailer manufacturer they don't make that. That's a Dynaweld, which is an awesome trailer. They just don't make them no more. You got Rampant that does, or Rampart, whatever that is. They have it out. And there might be one more. Although Winston has it out, which that's the one Andrew has. He has the blue Winston, the 20-ton that he built or bought. So that has it out. But it's just a better setup, I think. Thanks, Elite. I appreciate it, buddy. We'll see you. Keep doing the sick work. The Hydrima, brother. Me and him, the only two with the Hydrima. I actually had a guy email me the other day about the Hydrima, and I said, well, I'll sell you mine because I'll upgrade it now. Yeah, I don't know. Weather's been good here, though. It's been real good. It rained a little today, but not bad, but good fall weather. Who knows with the winter? And I got that loader now, and it's gonna make pushing snow here easier. I could push a couple parking lots. I had somebody reach out to me and for that, but I don't know if I want to get into that because winter time's usually my resting time, and I like to rest. You know what I mean? My body at that point, and let's face it, if you're not making enough money to rest a couple months, you're not doing it right in the dirt world. You know what I mean? So you gotta. I don't need to plow snow. You know what I mean to pay the bills, so I can rest. That's the way I look at it, anyways. And the guys that don't plow snow, that do dirt, they go down south. Everybody I know, you know what I mean? They go down Florida for 2 months and they come back, all the black toppers and stuff, But there's a lot of guys that do plow, obviously, and it is what it is. Someone's got to do it, but it's like a rat race. I'd rather just not get involved in it. I would help out, load out if we had a huge storm or something with the truck and the loader, and load out a parking lot or something, just to get the snow off site. Yeah, it is, Dale. That's a cool feature there. So Betterbuilt makes that too, huh? That's good. Good to know. Trailers are like up here. All the used trailers are either Eager Beavers, uh, a lot of older stuff that isn't made anymore. But every hanger is rotted out, so you have to go through them like how I went with mine and put the new hangers and stuff like that, because up here with the salt, they don't last at all. You know what I mean? The salt eats those hangers out pretty quick. If you run your trailer in the salt for a few years and never washed it, I don't care if it's 5 years old, that those hangers got pit holes all through them. They're not good steel. They're not thick, and it's Hendrick, or I think it's Henderson or Hendrickson that makes those. Yeah, that's right, NJ. That snow works for the birds. Back in the day, I'd be snowboarding. I love the snow then, snowmobiling. I did all that stuff, and probably contributes to my back issues. Definitely snowmobiling. I always loved to stand up and ride, and you're hitting all them whoops all the time. And I always had the 1000s and 850s and all that stuff, and torque your back the opposite way you really need to be doing. Oh, that's cool. Southern Dirt, 30 minutes. Back boss, yeah. Ha! That's funny, Warren. Yeah, so the loader, yeah. Let's talk about the loader. I mean, the loader's been awesome. That thing, it's better than I thought it was. You know what I mean? As far as buying it, I bought it. I was looking at it, but I had that solo job, and I didn't want to rent one. It was going to cost me, say, 10 grand or whatever to rent one for the time I needed it there. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to spend the 10 grand, and I want to get rid of the backhoe, and I'm looking at a loader, and I've been looking at them, but my budget where I was, I doubled my budget from what I was, you know what I mean? So because I looked at 3 or 4 loaders, and I was like, you know what? They're just not. I'm not happy with them. If I'm going to buy something, I want to buy something that I don't really have to work on. You know what I mean? And not break down on the job that I'm bringing it to, and I couldn't have any oil spills or leaks on that job because it's a green project and all that. And every Monday, equipment test, sheet, you had to check your oil, write it down, had to check all your fluids, write down the levels, everything. Bull crap, you know what I mean? But you had to do all that there, and then it had to be all submitted. Every model machine that you ran, even if you rented machines, you still had to do it. Even if they weren't yours, you had to do it. But if it was parked for the day, you didn't have to do it that day. So like on the third or fourth Monday, I was like, yeah, I'm not using this one, or that one, but I'm only using this one. So I ain't going through all that. And they let it fly. So yeah, the loader's been a powerhouse and fast, smooth, comfortable, and just like inside. Every whoever it come from a town in Massachusetts. I forget the name of the paperwork's here somewhere, but the town, and yeah, it's right here. Because Max is from Massachusetts, he's probably close to this. So come from this town, and who it must have been like a one guy that ran this, some old timer that didn't want nobody else in it. Nobody smoked in it, and every button on it, even like on the shifter or anywhere where there's writing, not worn off, like not scrubbed, not worn off. Where the key goes in, it ain't dug up. I mean, there you can't find machines like this that is just that clean inside. It's almost like they just never were in it. Even the seat had the plastic up halfway on it, and it has 3,400 hours. So whoever ran that loader really took care of it, and he took care of it as it was his, which is awesome. And that's how my Cabelco was when I bought it too. And it's still my Cabelco was really clean inside, you know, because I take care of it. But um, it was the same exact way, and that's why I bought it, because you know once that stuff's gone, you're not going to replace all that stuff, but you're never going to get it back either. So it is what it is at that point, and it helps with resale as far as I'm concerned. I'm a big keep it better than it came in, and then your resale, you get your money, you get it cheap in the beginning, get your best deal, and get your deal on when it leaves too. I can't find that. I got the vehicle inspection reports. It was on the road. They had it registered because they drove it down the road, obviously for municipalities. Where is it here? I know it's here somewhere. Oh, Plainfield Highway Department. So Max, if you're still in here, you might know where Plainfield is. Thanks, Daz70. The channel. I got 50, almost. I don't even know what it is at 55,000. I think, and it's been great. I'm tickled that I got 55,000. Now, obviously, I want more, and I try to, and my channel is different from others, and it is what it is. I don't know where to go to get it to go more. It's almost like this guy right here, Neil at Dig DIY. You know what I mean? His just took off and popped right now. He's almost at 200,000. Literally a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, he was at 60,000. So it only takes that breakaway video or breakaway project per se that everybody's interested in. So you never know when it's going to pop off. And then if I got like 450 videos out there, then everybody catches up on the old ones, and people still watch the old ones. I'm always commenting back to people on stuff like that, and so yeah, 100K coming. So you never know. It's like it's crazy. I was real glad to see Neil do that. It was like that's like he hit his 100K like fast, and then he was at 180 like 3 days later. I'm like, holy crap, he's gonna hit 200, and I think he's at like 197 now. So that's cool. He had a pond project at his house, and people like that. You know what I mean? So that's what's awesome. It just takes a project that someone's going to get in that people can relate to or want to do. And it got me hooked on it because I watched it the first time, and I told my wife, I was like, I want to dig a pond. And I even text Neil. I said, I want to do this at my place now, but it's a swimming pond. It's really cool, So I really would. I watched the whole series. Hopefully he gets water soon. Yeah, that Volvo 160. I wouldn't mind a Volvo 160. I know I ran a lot of Volvos at the auction, sweet machines. The 220 was super fast. The 210 was super fast. So yeah, Volvo was good. We got all the dealers here. But again, I try to stay, I want to try to stay in the same fleet. There was a nice Volvo in Mass not too long ago that I was looking. Probably would have bought it, but it got picked up like instantly. When they're on Marketplace and they're a hot deal, if you don't go there that night and seal the deal, it's going the next day. And that's like on like anything that you see. You're like, whoa, look at this. And then next thing you know, pending, sold. Yeah, Ned, I could put a sweet pond right down below. My biggest thing, which I told my wife, I'm like, listen, I would do it, but getting water is the problem. So, and I said, Neil's going to have a problem getting the water. I said it from the beginning. I said, I don't know. I can see I know how he's going to build this pond. I know how he's going to do it, but how's he going to get water? So I thought he had some secret how he was going to get water. He had some ideas, but they didn't work. And now that's the issue with me here too. So my theory would be I would drill a well in the bottom of the pond. Drill that well right to I get massive water. Now, if you could get super water, you could have that artesian, just bubbling up from the bottom. That would be awesome because it's spring fed and well fed and fresh water constantly coming up, going out the overflow. I would do it in a heartbeat if I could do that. Do I want to put a well with a pump in it? No, it's just you're gonna run that all the time, and then you're gonna be just blowing electricity out the water. Thanks, Derek. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to tell what I'm doing on the job. It's people are like, oh, I can't believe your commentary, how good it is, and you teach and this and that, but I only turn on the camera when I need to tell you guys something. You know what I mean? Or a part of the project that I think needs to be pointed out, or other than that, I'll hog a bunch of dirt out or whatever. But it's like it comes natural for me just to sit there and talk about it. It's just like and I'm not talking BS. If I don't believe in it or think it's going to work, I'm not going to try to sell somebody on it. You know what I mean? Southeast Mass, huh, Max? All right. Yeah. So then that's southeast. That's closer to me. Or no, south. Where am I? I'm like, so I'm on the border of Massachusetts too. I'm like 30 minutes from Lee. I'd say 20 minutes from Lee, anyways. So that's Western Mass. We run the Mass Pike all the time. My wife just got back today from Winthrop. That's where she's from. Yeah, Southern Dirt, I get it. It's like I was like a couple projects. I was like, you know what? It was a nice relief not to put the camera on and to try to find. That's what I was telling people when I'm like, you know what I mean? You see how I'm rushing around, piece to piece to piece, jumping back and forth, and then I'm still filming and talking. So it does get hectic, and then the time's not over at that point. You got to come home, you got to edit, and then you got to put the video out. And if you're filming in a higher HD, which I do, it takes time to film that. When you do 1080p or something like that, I can put a video after it's edited and that it uploads really fast, but not when you do the high defs, it doesn't. So you got to wait for all that. So Max, what town are you in again? I think you're about an hour and a half from me. Because I went out there a couple of times looking at a loader. Not that this is a while back, 6-7 years ago. I was looking at one out, maybe Wilmington. But I've been through Wilmington. I looked at a little Cabelco 35. Guy wasted my time a few months ago. Matt, I like, I love Cabelco. Let's just put it that way. I like Komatsu. Their excavators. I love Komatsu dozers, Komatsu excavators. I don't know. I've had a couple. Look at this excavator here. I had before my 88. That was my first Komatsu. I don't know if you could the glare seeing that, but that's the 88 version of my Komatsu. I had the split boom up here. Where am I going? I'm going backwards. The boom split, and that was a D3 I had too. That was my first dozer I had, right there. But that was a Komatsu PC75 UU-2E is what they called that Japanese version, and it would split, pivot at the boom like this, which was nice digging under soffits and stuff like that. That worked out once you learned how to use it, and it was a main pin. Conventional digging excavator in the back, which was nice because that's what I don't like about these minis is the pin in the front. You can't dig close to you. You can't do it. You got to turn everything to do all that, and I just don't like that. There's a technique to everything, but the way the telemetry on the boom is totally different. I kind of like that style, but there was more wear parts and stuff, and it could get a little sloppy and stuff. But as far as and it was heavy, but that was a digging mule. That machine right there. That was a nice machine. It had metal tracks on it, and that's equivalent. It was a 75. That was equivalent, basically same weight class as the 88. But to get back to the difference, comfort wise, that Komatsu 88 is unbelievable. It's really comfort. The cab's really huge. And I don't know, I don't know if the power is all there. It didn't. I don't know. I don't know. It's just so quiet and smooth. You feel like there's no power, but I picked some big stumps with it, so I don't know. I don't know what to say on that, but I do like. If I was to say on a 160 versus the Komatsu versus, I kind of like the Koboko, but I do the new Dash 11s are insane. Koboko insane Dash 11s. The interior is like my Ram pickup truck. Everything's LED. Everything's sweet. Heated seats. I don't even think it's got a cooled seat, air conditioned seat. And like I said, just everything in that is built for operator comfort. It's like probably the best cab out there, and they strive to hit that mark. But you ask anybody that's been in that machine, that's the Cadillac of machines, as far as interior wise. And I demoed one over the summer. A company had a demo day, and I ran all their Kobokos, and I gotta say that those Dash 11s on all of them were super sweet. Even the 80 they had, like that 80 Koboko would walk all over my Komatsu 88. I mean, I would probably dig another, I don't know, I would outdig it by 200 feet per day on the trench, easy. It's fast. Yeah, PC 78's basically the 88. You know what I mean? They don't make the 78 no more, I believe. I think they just jumped up to the 88. Because I was looking for a PC 78 for years when I was trying to upgrade this one. And then it was just happened to be, I was on a job and this guy come to me. I was doing a project. I was doing double shifts. I was working a hemp farm in the days, and at night we were doing this is when Miko was with me full time. We were doing a bank parking lot at night. And this guy come on site. He was at the bank and he goes, "I want that machine." I was like, "Oh, it's not for sale." He's like, "No, it's for sale. I want it." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you." I go, "This is what I want for it if it's for sale right now." He went in the bank, grabbed the check, put it right on the seat. He said, trucking company will be here tonight. So he took the machine in the middle of that job. You know what I mean? I had to go and grab a machine. And that was crazy. So he took it, and then I had his check with me for a couple of days. I didn't go and cash it because I was super slammed and busy. Then I'm looking at the check, and I'm like, this thing don't even look like a damn check. I thought I got scammed. I'm like, this thing's so thin paper. I've never seen a banker's check look like this in my life. Even the writing on it was just not legit. So I'm like, and it was a Berkshire bank, and I'm like, no way, dude, I got scammed. And I'm like, this is crazy. So then I ran over to the bank real quick, and it was legit, but I was nervous as hell. So you got the 78 and an 88. Nice. Thanks, Max. I appreciate it. Yeah, Devin, them Dash 11s. What size did you get? I'm telling you, those cabs are sick, aren't they? When I was at Con Expo, I already knew they were good before I went out there, but I was like, man, because I went in every machine at that point, and it's just they're set up like just a car inside. You know what I mean? Just really, really, really nice and tough, like tough buttons. You know what I mean? So you could grab a vent on, say, a Takakuchi, and the vent comes off in your hand. You know what I mean? Or you fold it down to get the AC down to your knee, and then it just breaks through. So uh, that's horrible, especially guys. If you're not owner operator or something, guys are wearing gloves or whatnot, and they try to move stuff. They're going through all that kind of stuff, or twisting up a heater button or the radio, all that stuff. So if they're not robust buttons, just even the switches, they got to be tough. Thanks, Derek. I don't know how long I've been on, but my throat's burning from talking so much. I've been talking like craziness. I was really talking crazy when I just come off the prednisone. Yesterday was my last day of the double session of those, and boy, that prednisone soups you up like crazy, man. I went to PT and he's like, okay, so tell me what's going on. I went 1,000 miles an hour, told him everything like I was cracked out, and he's like, look, I'm like, hey pal, I just had 4 pills of prednisone at once, so I said I'm juiced up real right now. Yeah, cat. Well, cat's going to be solid. You know what I mean? You're going to pay for all that too, but there's no doubt. There's no doubt. I mean, let's just face it. Any new machine is nice, but there are manufacturers out there with some plastic, chintzy stuff that even when you're at ConExpo, you go to turn it and it's off in your hand. You go, how's it? I mean, come on, super glue this stuff on if you think it's going to come off. Yeah, I'm not stuttering no more, Dale. I think I'm good at that right now. I'm at an hour. I told my wife a half hour. Right. You know what really is bad about the industry is paint. Like I think all these machines should come with automotive paint. I think Hyundai now has automotive grade paint, but there's no reason for it. Like Kubota, you know what I mean? Even any of them, they fade out. But Kubota's bad because they go from like orange to like this reddish, and then to like no, they go from reddish orange, then to like an orange, then to a pink, and then to a real light pinkish, like white. It's like crazy if you leave that thing out in the sun. And I don't know why. And then it will come back if you buff it out, but there should be no reason for that. Everything should come with good paint. Daz, the back's always felt good. It's the left leg, which is coming from the back. Thanks, NJ. Yeah, we got to get it. We got to get everybody together at one time. There's never no East Coast stuff going on. You know what I mean? All the meet and greets and all that stuff's always out west, or, out middle of the country and stuff. It's like I wish there was more like trade shows and stuff on the East Coast, but there really isn't. No, mine's not a hybrid. No. 800's a big boy. I forget what size I ran at. I think it was a 600 at out in down in Florida. I'd like to go to the Florida auctions this year. I didn't go last year. It seems like that time of year I'm always getting sick. So last year I had no hearing in this left ear for 2 months. It was crazy, and I just kept getting like sinus infections and all that stuff, and then I finally end up getting to go to the specialist. They hit me with some major steroids for the craziness, and it ended up going away. But um, that's why I didn't end up going down there. I was sick again, and when I went down there the year before, I was sick, and I was on medication there, and I was getting better. And then when I got back, it got worse. Thanks, NJ, for stopping in, pal. Yeah, so this new therapy I got, I'm going to Wednesday. Um, which is supposed to be better. They're gonna get actually massage me, ice me, do all that, rebuild me first before they start putting me into weights and all that stuff. Diagnose, get the thing. So we went to this other place that was highly recommended, paid out of pocket and all that because we wanted the best. So I'm like, okay, I go there. Boy, they were like training me for the NFL right day one. I'm like, I'm not going back. No way. And it was a lot of money too. And then so we found my doctor, my primary, said, no. You need to go here. They're going to take care of you. I said, all right. SV, what's up, my pal? Thanks, Brian. Kill Tony, yeah. You know, when I first started YouTube, before this is why I grew the beard. Everybody's calling me Tony Soprano, like, and I'm like, I was a little heavier too, but I had when the beard changes your look on your face. You know what I mean? It gives you a little more profile. But everybody was calling me that. I'm like, son of a bitch. Thanks, Dirty Digging. We'll see you. Yeah. I'll tell you, when you get hurt, you definitely want to not get hurt again. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm getting up there and I'm like, I'm just, and that's why I dropped 20 pounds anyways. You know, I'm like, once you learn your body, you know, you can figure out a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? What to eat, what not to eat, it's all cravings and whatnot. I don't believe in diets. I never like, people struggle with diets and weight loss and all that. I don't believe in diets. I think those diet commercials and the diet pills and the diet this and that is all a scam. It's all a scam because anybody can lose weight. Anybody could lose weight taking that stuff or eating the foods they give you. Yeah, granted, you lost 40 pounds. But guess what? You're not going to be taking those pills or eating their food the rest of your life. So you're going to go back to what you were. So you're just temporary. So I believe you got to change. In order to have change, you got to change. You know what I mean? So you got to change your diet. You got to, and I eat the same exact stuff. I eat junk. I eat everything. You know what I mean? I just don't eat as much of it. So know when you're full and say that's enough. It's more mind power than anything. The lighter weight though, just bending over was unbelievable. You know what I mean? Bending over, reading a tape or whatever. You could breathe better. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing worse than that. So I thought, oh hi, sweetness. I thought you were bringing me my ice pack. The nurse, you want to get me one?
Oh yes, I want to get you one.
Okay, go get it.
Wait, is everybody on?
Oh yeah, they're on.
Hi everyone.
Well, come here. This is the superstar sweetness. Look up here.
That's me.
Up. Yeah. Well, you're here with Daddy. Look over here, but if you look up here, up to the right, yeah. This is the camera. Well, that's the light up there.
It looks like a camera light.
She just got out of her bath. This is Sammy. Some of you know her. She's been on some of my short videos with FridayParts.com, right?
Yes.
She loves FridayParts.com. They sent her a frisbee. Huh?
Yes.
What else do you want to say? Have you been taking care of Daddy?
I have been taking care of Daddy. I have been giving an ice pack to him.
Yeah.
And waters.
Yeah.
And the remote.
And the remote. That's the important one, huh?
And the PT ball.
Oh, the PT ball and your favorite color. It's your ball, actually.
Yeah.
So I needed a ball, and she had one in her room. She loves turquoise, so that's the PT ball. Huh?
Yes.
You love being a helper, huh?
Yes. See? I wish that I wasn't helper.
You are a helper. What do you mean?
Every day.
Well, you are every day. You help more than you don't.
It looks like that you have a hat on.
I do have a hat.
Hat? Why are we all gray?
No, it's gray around there, but this is me and you right here, and then this is the gray with everybody talking right here to the right.
Oh.
Did you? Yeah, I could sit on there.
All right, let me take her. Yeah.
Okay.
Say good night to everybody.
Say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Oh,
Ow.
you good?
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll be done in a little bit.
It's okay. Thanks.
Got my ice pack. She's a doll. Oh. Sammy she's 9. Well, she's gonna be 9 next week. 15th her birthday is. And then my son's is the 22nd of October too. So we got birthdays coming this month, and he's gonna be 13. So crazy how fast it goes. I don't know. Definitely goes quick, even though we want it to go quick. You know, it's like some parents want it to last, and we're like, no, let's get up. I want my son to be 18 and full swing working. You know what I mean? That's what I want him to do. Get in that machine and go. Yeah, she does. She's therapy, anyways. It's great. Sammy's a lot of fun. Smart little girl. Thanks, Dale. Later, Derek. Yeah, I think I got to get off. I got to ice this back, and maybe I can't have a snack, but maybe I can. I like pretzels. You know, little bit of pretzels at night. I was eating cereal, a bowl of cereal every night. So that's one thing I cut out. I would like 9 o'clock have a whole bowl of cereal of like Cheerios or whatever, but that will get you. That will get you. Thanks, Joshua. Max is doing good. He's doing good. I gave him a haircut tonight. He's doing track. He's in track in school. He does wrestling in the winter. He's pretty good, you know, just something to do. Not looking for Olympic medals or nothing, just keeping him busy at this point. Some, you know, a lot. I got friends and family members with their kids. They're just traveling. It's 7 days a week. It's crazy how much they put into it, and which is great, and they love to do it too. But it's like there's no time for nothing else. It's insane, and it's you know they complain about it too, but they still do it. So we won't do that. You know, it's like we just do the basic sports and stuff like that. Dads, I don't know when I'm going to do the dirt. I mean, today was, like I said, my best day. I'm hoping tomorrow I don't wake up in pain with this leg. And that would, if that was the case, then I would be looking to go back pretty soon. I feel confident that I'm not going to pull nothing as far as like back tweaking it or anything like that. I'm confident in that. I feel like it's just the electric shock of bending over. I just don't want to go through that and then have that nerve get worse or something. You know what I mean? I don't want to go through that again. And right now, if I bend over and touch my toes, it's going to happen. So it's on the left side. I can't bend over without bending that knee. I can't keep it straight. It really goes crazy. Yeah, boys are nuts. I was the same way as my son, so I get it. Like everybody, they give him, you know, hard times. I'm like from day one. I'm like, I lived it. I know. So ADHD and crazy and wild, and it is what it is, man. You got to grow up. You just got to grow up. You know, you just got to do it. But he's doing good. He's doing a lot better than he likes middle school. You know, so elementary school K through 5 was tough, struggling for him. 6th grade was a little better, but 7th grade's he's been loving it. He's been doing good on his tests, so he's liking it. And it all comes down to the team you're with and the teachers and stuff like that, and everything changes. Yeah, so Derek, there's stretches. PT teaches you all that stuff, what to do on how to do it, and stretch it out when you feel it getting tight. Stretch it out. You know, I did this thing before I started getting the major shocks and all that. It was hurting and tight, but I think it probably was too late by then because I was already doing the teeter and stuff. But it just came on. You just, I don't know. I hate to say be cautious, but it was like a week ago from now. I was telling Steph, I'm like, I can't. I'm scared to go outside. I'm scared to go to work. I don't even want to work right now because you get so gun shy. It's unreal. And then 2 minutes after getting the dozer, I'm like, yeah, I'm just like loving it. But it took 3 times the time to do it. I'm on a cane, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm walking with a limp. I'm going real slow. You got to cane yourself up on the trailer, up on the tracks. And the canes work. I mean, you can put a lot of weight on them and push up with your good side and use it as like a monkey bar, man. I was pushing the rack. I couldn't, I can't really go too far with the ramp. So I took the cane and I yanked it over the rest of the way. I was grabbing chains with the cane. Like, hey, it's a good little tool here for now, Got my Dirt Boss sticker on it anyways. Yeah, I'd like to do a collab with a lot of different YouTubers. There's no doubt. It's just time. And I guess in the wintertime when I'm slow, like last winter, I wasn't slow. I didn't even get any rest because I did the grocery store. So that's probably why, my body broke down or whatnot. But yeah, usually, I'll probably go back down and do something with Andrew again as soon as I get slowed down here before he gets snowed out. Go down there and mess around. I'm surprised I didn't get hurt down there on his dozer bouncing out on rocks. You know what I mean? That my kidneys were in my throat for that whole week. Thanks, Martin. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here. I really appreciate all the support, man. I appreciate everybody that reached out. YouTube's a great thing. It's an awesome, awesome tool when it comes to something like this. Because, like I said, I had prayers around the world, literally around the world. People saying, I'm praying for you. Where do you get that? You know what I mean? You don't, unless you're on the news or something. You know what I mean? So it's just astonishing how many people just went out of their day just to give us a small little comment. You know what I mean? It meant a lot. And I read every single one of them. You know what I mean? And when I give guys, when I give you guys back hearts, I'm reading them. I just don't go through and heart everybody. I read every comment still. It's just, when I go back and if there's not a question in there, it's like a heart just as good. I just can't text I got so much stuff going on. Like, you can't write thank you to everybody. Just the word thank you because that's what the heart's for. So let you know I do read everybody's comments. Thanks, Dale. I appreciate it. Thanks, Daz. Well, we'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully, I'm back on site and we'll be moving some dirt. That's what Dirt Boss does, right? Thanks, guys.